Okay, so welcome back. Today is another session of the new Seller Accelerator program that we have. Right, so today's session is regarding Amazon ads, whereby we have Hui Qi will be here to share about Amazon ads and how you can utilize it, as well as we are very happy to also invite FBA bros. I believe Clarence is here. David, is David here as well? Okay, perfect. Hello, hi. So they'll be here with all of you to share more about how to be more successful on selling on Amazon using the different suggestions and tips and strategy they might have. All right, I will quickly go through and then I'll pass it on to them soon. All right, some important notice. For those of you who are new, do remember to subscribe to our official YouTube channel where we will be uploading all the webinars recording, and then you also receive an email from the new Seller Accelerator team as well regarding that. And then do stay with us to the end because we have a Q&A section which will be exclusively for the live attendees. It won't be up on the recording. So if you have any question, let us know in the question box. I do receive some questions from some of you later. Later on, I will be sharing that as well. All right, last but not least, any information we share today on Amazon, do refer to the online resources to get the most updated information. All right, so this is the agenda today. Now, very quickly, in the interest of time, I'm going to pass it over to Hui Qi right now. All right, let me make Hui Qi the presenter. Hello, Hui Qi, over to you. Let me know if you have any issue sharing. Yep.
Hi everyone. Just checking, Junliang, can you hear my voice?
Yes, yes, I can, loud and clear. Thank you.
Okay. Hi. Thank you everyone. And also thank you, FBA Bro Clarence, for joining me today on the ad section for our new Seller Accelerator program. Essentially, today what I will do is I'll do a very quick introduction and overview of what the sponsored ads solutions are available on Amazon. And then subsequently, I'll hand it over to Clarence, who is our seasoned seller, and he will be able to do kind of an ads console walkthrough and a bit more of a case study from a real seller perspective. So jumping straight into it, so today, essentially, what you will learn is, what kind of sponsored ad type to run as a new seller, and then of course, Clarence will take you through the walkthrough of your ads console, and I'll do a quick overview of, what to do with your very first sponsored products campaign, and then we will also inform you of the new seller incentive and the Q&A. So going straight into it, right? On Amazon, when you start selling on Amazon, how can self-service, ad solutions really help you reach your customers? Um, you know, really right off the bat, when people come onto Amazon, almost 74% of Amazon customers actually discover new brands and listings through Amazon. So they're looking to discover new brands. And I think the key point here is that, almost half of the customers prefer Amazon as the first way to buy products from unfamiliar brands. This is a great thing for Singapore sellers because, we will likely be very unfamiliar brands. We're small Singaporean companies, but then we are having a great potential using Amazon as a way in to reach, overseas customers as new brands, and people are looking for us. So how do we actually reach them? Is really to really drive awareness and demand for your products on Amazon. And how it works is a cycle of discovery. So we start with, discovering, customers will discover brands on Amazon. And then essentially what we observe on our own pages is that it helps to increase the views on our product detail pages. And then of course, from views, when they click, they consider, they think about, and they do some product research, then consumers eventually, help us to increase our sales. And then of course, in the long run, is to help us increase our customer reviews as well. So across every stage of what we call the marketing funnel, right? So that whole cycle of discovery is also in the form of a funnel. So we start from awareness, where we really want to drive awareness to, maybe American customers, European customers, Japanese customers that we're selling on Amazon. Essentially, what we want to do is to reach as broad of an awareness as possible. So for a lot of new sellers, your initial KPI will be awareness. And here you want to help reach audiences, and our solutions on ad on Amazon ads will help you reach audiences on Amazon shoppers who are exposed to your brands. And then we also have solutions to help them consider, right? Like you want to tell your brand story. Maybe you have a very cool mission or a cool brand ethos. And then essentially, we can help you support purchase intent by telling your brand story or product story. And then, of course, last but not least, is always be present when shoppers are ready to buy. So we also have, purchase is essentially solutions to help you drive purchase intent. So we have full funnel ad solutions on and off Amazon. We also have brand building opportunities. So it's especially if you have a really big brand already in your local market, for example, you want to talk about your brand story, right? Your brand heritage, or your brand mission. Maybe you're a sustainable brand, or you're selling organic products, for example. There's a lot of rich formats for you to talk about brand building. And then, of course, Amazon ads also gives you very strong measurement solutions. So it allows you to track everything from end to end. So here is an overview of what the Amazon ad solutions are available for our sellers. So take note that the first three, sponsored products, sponsored brands, sponsored display, they are paid ads. So here you are charged depending on click or viewable impression. But essentially, for paid advertisement solutions, it will be the first three: sponsored products, sponsored brands, sponsored display. And then, of course, for our new sellers, I highly encourage our sellers to take advantage of our free brand solutions, which is we essentially have free brand traffic, driving brand effect, driving new customer development, essentially. So you can set up a store. We also have a brand follow, essentially, and also posts. So these are free brand solutions that you should take advantage of, and you're completely free for you to use already. Jumping straight into it. So for sponsored products, essentially here, sponsored products, you are targeting by keyword or a product attribute. So essentially, for example, if I'm selling a kitchen pot, we can target by a keyword, which is kitchen, a kitchen pot, or cooking pot, or you can target via product. So maybe you can target a competitor kitchen pot to help increase the visibility of your individual products. So the ads appear on your shopping results page, on product detail pages, to help you drive sponsored your consideration and your sales. So sponsored products actually really the bread and butter of Amazon ads. I would say almost 99% of most sellers use sponsored products, and it's usually the first step into Amazon advertising. So just to see if there will be a kind of a animation. Okay, sorry. So the animation is not loading, but we can take you through the live demo later for sponsored products. For sponsored brands, essentially, it is a customizable cost per click ad solution that will help your customers discover and engage with your brands. So essentially, for sponsored brands, I would say this is very much targeted towards top of search, or at least on the search results page. So across sponsored brands, the difference is that instead of advertising individual products, you're actually advertising your brand, and you can either select across three different formats. So first will be product collection. So product collection, you can choose three products to feature along with your brand logo, and this appears at the top of the search result page. The second format is store spotlight, which essentially you can select your product category that you're selling. So for example, if you're an electronic seller, you might choose to select, I'm selling my Bluetooth wires, I'm selling my chargers, and then I'm selling my portable charger, for example. So it's three different categories, and it links to your store. And then the third format for sponsored brands is actually a video. So this sponsored brand video actually appears in the middle of search. So essentially for middle of search, again, it's still the search result page. It takes up a huge real estate in the middle of search results. So that's sponsored brands. And the difference is that, you can upload a video, you can upload custom imagery, so like lifestyle images, maybe you've already created for your Instagram, you can use it for sponsored brands. So this is the difference. And then thirdly, we have sponsored display. So essentially for sponsored display, essentially it is the ad format that it's automatically generated across Amazon, and it also appears off Amazon as well. So for sponsored display, essentially it's very much an awareness tool. So it's here to essentially drive broad awareness. You can target people based on their demographic, based on their interests. There are different pre-built audiences on Amazon for you to target. So that's why it says offers audience-based targeting, and it also offers product targeting. So you can also target other products as well. And note that for sponsored display, the charging method, or the how you're charged or how you're paying for sponsored display is slightly different. So sponsored display, there is charging based on viewable impressions instead of cost per click. So for sponsored display, this is much more of an awareness solution for our sellers that are not familiar with it. And later on, we will flash a QR code for some of the past essentially webinars that me and Jin Liang have already done for our Amazon ads. And we also do a detailed dive into sponsored brands and sponsored display. So please don't worry. Yeah, and I won't touch too long on this, but for Amazon, we also have DSP. It's an extension of sponsored display, essentially. So it's also a display solution for you to reach, audience segments based on essentially their profile, based on their interests, demographic, purchases, whether or not they're in market. But I won't touch too much on this. This has to be operated with Amazon Ads team. So if any questions, do let me know. But essentially, it helps you to reach our audiences on Twitch, on Fire TV, etc. Yep. So we also have free brand solutions for your business for new sellers, apart from sponsored products, sponsored brands, sponsored display. So I highly encourage our sellers to take advantage of stores, posts, brand follow, and Amazon attribution. Amazon Live also needs to be operated with an Amazon Ads team. So take note of that. Yeah. And across connecting the dots, essentially, how to think or how to structure based on our products. For full funnel ad solutions, we have sponsored products, sponsored brands, and sponsored display. And then for brand building opportunities, if you have a very strong brand story to tell, I recommend using sponsored brands first. And then we can also use sponsored display or stores, and that's my second priority, and brand follow and posts. And then for measurement solutions, it's available across everything. So once you start launching your ad campaign, we have campaign reporting, we have store insights, and then we have post engagement metrics and Amazon attribution. So very, very quick, just a quick 3 or 4 slides on how to get started with Amazon advertising. So I would say for very first time new sellers, you have never ever launched an ad campaign on Amazon, I would say start with sponsored products. And it's usually the main driver for business sales and growth across our sellers. You'll see that it leads to an increase in impressions, in glance views, in unit sales. So highly recommend our sellers to try sponsored products. Take note that we often see that it attributes up to almost 30 to 40% of your total sales 6 months after advertisers launch their sponsored products. And it actually is very efficient. So we encourage sellers to actually continuously run your sponsored products campaign for 12 months, so that you see a higher return on ad spend. I notice a lot of new sellers, they're a little bit afraid, so they start and stop, start and stop. But actually, you'll notice like later on that we actually encourage sellers to continuously run campaign, but check in on it every single week to monitor the campaign performance. So if you have no clue about the first ad campaign to run, this is how we will structure accordingly. So firstly, we actually recommend our sellers to start with sponsored products automatic targeting. So automatic targeting is where you just let Amazon do the heavy lifting for you. Here is where you want to expand and collect your keywords. keywords related to your product that you're selling, and the Amazon system actually automatically exposes the products to your potential customers based on your listing quality, and also based on what they think are some of the correct keywords for you. So the important thing here when you get started before advertising is that you need to have a really strong listing first. If not, you will be wasting quite a bit of advertising money. So we highly recommend sellers, before even jumping into advertising, you need to do a one last check, triple check, double check. Your listing is fully created. Jin Liang must have covered it in the previous sessions, but your listing image quality, the bullet points, etc. They need to be fully done. And then I would recommend starting sponsored products automatic targeting. And then essentially you just want to collect and farm keywords. And then subsequently, you want to take a look at your report, for your very first automatic campaign, and you want to find high performing keyword and products that you've targeted in the automatic targeting campaign. And then essentially you create a second campaign called sponsored products manual targeting, where essentially you do manual keyword targeting, manual product targeting at a later stage. So what is sponsored products again? So it's a cost per click ASIN based advertisement on Amazon. So you'll notice with the keyword here, sponsored, appearing on the individual product. So for example, you're selling maybe this Dutch oven or Dutch pot, right? Kitchen pot. What you are advertising is your individual product. So this is different. If you see right at the top of the search results here, that is a sponsored brand advertisement placement. But for sponsored products, they are the individual listing appearing across the entire search results page. Again, they are cost per click. So meaning if someone search for example, Dutch oven right now as a keyword, they see your product, but they don't click on it, you're not charged. But once someone clicks onto your advertised product, once they click into it, onto the product detail page, you will be charged for that click. So it's a cost per click advertisements. They promote the products that you sell in highly visible placement, predominantly top of search and also on your product detail page. And as the advertiser, you want to select the product you want to advertise, right? So you could be selling, 5 different products. You will want to select which products to advertise, and you can choose keywords depending on the setting, or you can even just let Amazon system target for you automatically. And then essentially you as the seller, as the advertiser, can control how much you want to spend on your bids and your budgets. And then you can also measure your ad performance. So you'll see here that under sponsored products, there is automatic targeting, which is letting Amazon do the automatic targeting for you. And then there's manual targeting, where essentially you can target via keywords or via product targeting. Keywords meaning kitchen pot, for example, red kitchen pot. Those are keywords that people search for using actual customer search terms. Or product targeting, for example, if I am green pot here selling a kitchen pot, I might want to target, maybe T4, maybe another different brand. So that's product targeting. So the placements where your sponsored products will be shown, as we mentioned, it will appear on top of search. It will also appear at bottom of search. And on around the product detail pages, you'll notice in the carousels, there will be sponsored products. And it's also appearing on the mobile and the tablet app. So how to track your campaign performance? This is how you get started. So essentially it's on Amazon Seller Central. You want to look for advertising, and then under campaigns or campaign manager on the left, you will see the bird's eye view or the overview of your ads console, essentially. So that's where you will do all your advertising, you will track all your KPIs. And I'll just let Clarence take over from the ads console later on. But the last 3 slides I would say is, as a 30-day advertising plan for your new sellers, I would say even before starting advertising, as I mentioned, step 1 is to prepare before your ads. So you want to set up your listing, you want to set up your listing page quality, and you want to identify your goals. A lot of sellers, when you launch advertising, they immediately only look at orders, which is of course very fair. But at the initial phase, while you're still waiting for your reviews to come in, when you're waiting for people to click on your ad, it's actually important for new sellers to pay attention to impressions and views and clicks. So you want to see whether people are viewing your ad and whether or not they're clicking, to make sure that your ad is serving correctly to the right customers. Then second, from day 5 to 15 onwards, I would say, we start first with sponsored products automatic. So SP is sponsored product for short. So SP automatic campaign. And then you want to take a look at your product positioning, at your keyword targeting, what keywords are appearing for you. So some quick notes is, you will want to advertise products that are the same feature. So if you're selling socks, you can put all the different color socks that you're selling, or kitchen pot, you're selling red, blue, green. You can put red, blue, green, blue into the campaign. And then essentially, you want to see whether or not Amazon, if you do automatic targeting, they identify that it is a kitchen pot. And then you want to make adjustments. Here, you want to increase the exposure for your products, and then increase your product detail page views and sales. And then for the next step, after doing automatic, you will start to get a list of keywords that Amazon has targeted on your behalf. And over here, you want to find what are some of the best keywords for your product, right? What are the hero keywords? What are the very effective keywords for you? And then you can target very specifically on all these very good performing keywords and products, and put more money behind those keywords and products. And then that's how you allocate your budget. And then from day 15 onwards and up to forever, it just means that you're optimizing your ads. You want to analyze your data and optimize your ad campaigns. So I won't touch too long on this because I'm sure Clarence will also take you through it. But highly recommend our sellers to watch the playback, or if you want, you can take a screenshot of this now on, the step-by-step process on how to create your sponsored products automatic targeting quickly. So essentially, you just go onto Campaign Manager, you choose sponsored products, you set up your campaign with your campaign name, start date, and your budget. So recommended daily budget is between 10 to 20 US dollars, or the equivalent currency. So 10 to 20 US dollars. That's my recommended daily budget for our sellers. You will want to select automatic targeting. And then for the third step, the bidding strategy. For new product launches, we often recommend sellers to do fixed bids. And of course, a bit more experience, you do dynamic bids up and down. But for new sellers, I recommend to do fixed bids or dynamic bids down only. And then for fourth, of course, you can put all your ASINs in the same group, but the ASINs should be in the same category with the same features or prices. So for example, if I'm a shoe seller, I'm selling high heel shoes and I'm selling slippers like flip-flops, I would put them in two different campaigns, actually, or two different ad groups. But I wouldn't put flip-flops, which is, maybe like $5 versus high heel shoes that are $60. And I wouldn't lump them all into one single ad group, because this will confuse Amazon as a system, and you don't know which keywords to target for you. So the hot tip here for our sellers is, when starting your campaign, you want to put products of very similar features. Your socks of 20 different colors you can put into one campaign. But if you sell socks and you sell high heel shoes, I'll put it in two different campaigns. So that is the hot tip here for ad groups. And then, of course, the other thing is to select the product you want to advertise. The quick tip here is, when you select the drop down button, which is suggested, it actually shows you what Amazon thinks is the most optimized listing for you. So if you've just created a listing and it doesn't appear under suggested, it could be that you need to work on your listing as well. So we recommend you to choose your suggested products here to get more impressions and clicks. And then subsequently, you want to select your bid. Once you've actually filled in all the other fields, Amazon gives you a recommended bid. I would recommend putting 10 to 20% higher than the recommended bid given by Amazon. So again, for you to gain more impressions and expand your placements. So for new sellers, we actually don't recommend to start with any negative or keyword targeting or any negative product targeting, but you can do it at a later stage when you're optimizing your ads, right? You'll notice that there are some keywords that are not working out, some keywords that are irrelevant or too broad, then you can do negative targeting on those. Yep. So I'll hand my time over to Clarence from the FBA Bros. But here are some QR codes, for some of the live webinars that I run with Jin Liang for advertising, some of our past webinar recordings, and you can also download the Amazon guidebook via this QR code as well.
All right. Hey, thank you so much, Jin Liang, and of course Hui Qi, right? That's an excellent sharing. And yeah, so very quick introduction about myself. If you do not know who I am, my name is Clarence, one half of the FBA Bros, right? And this very short presentation is going to show you how we launch our actual products. I'm going to show you my product. I'm going to show you how we actually do it step by step, so that hey, maybe you can glean into some techniques or even the SOP that we do. Okay, so let's just move a little bit, right? And we have some legal jargons here, right? Just need to know whatever we show here is for information only. You have to still make your own decision because your own product is very different, the market demand, etc. All right. Okay, so introduction. My name is Clarence, right? So I started FBA. Should I say started learning FBA really in the Q4 of 2019, right? So the pictures that you see here on the left, this was when I was in my previous job, right? Working for an engineer in LTA. All right, so I was really doing my full-time job there. I think I was working for 5 years already in that job, and I just realized I do not want to start my 9 to 5 job all my life, right? That's why I decided to really explore a different kind of way to at least earn some side hustle income. And I discovered Amazon FBA in 2019. So it's been, yeah, I think close to 5 years already, right? Since the start of this journey, right? And of course, in that 5 year journey, it is not easy, right? Just want to preface it first. Amazon FBA is not a get rich quick scheme, right? If you heard that somewhere else, debunk that right now. Okay, it's gonna need a lot of effort. It's a steep learning curve, basically. All right. So in my journey of 5 years, we have launched dozens of products, right, and counting. We have failed many products. We also have many successes. Okay. So if anything I take away is don't give up. If you keep the eyes on this journey, I think some successes will come out of the way. And of course, right now we are increasing our success rate. Every time we launch products, we are actually quite confident that the product will sell on Amazon. Okay, and right now we are also very blessed to be able to teach others how to launch good products on Amazon the proper way, starting all the way from product research, right? Yes, we understand this is just PPC launch, but I want to preface this as well. Product research is so important. If you launch a wrong product, your PPC campaign is going to be very tough. No matter what kind of SOP you do, a tough market is a tough market. All right. Next one, we also help local SMEs now to expand globally with the help of Amazon FBA. We share a lot of free Amazon FBA content on social media, and this is the best way to really reach out to us. I saw a question, right? So if you want to reach out to us, follow us on our TikTok or our Instagram. We share valuable tips about Amazon FBA on a daily basis, okay? And we are ourselves seven-figure sellers on Amazon.com today. All right, so let's begin, right? I think this is where this is why I'm here, right? To show you the proven PPC launch SOP, right? That has consistently earned us this #1 new release batch within the first week of launch, guys. Okay, when you still have 0 reviews, you can get sales. All right, I also want to debunk that myth, right? You can get sales with 0 reviews. Just need your right product differentiation and of course the right PPC launch strategy. All right, so we have been consistently launching. I think right now, out of the 10 products that we launched, right, 9 or 8 of them will get this result, right? Just following this PPC launch SOP that we have. Okay, so this our first product. I mean, if you follow us on social media, we share this very publicly, and we also share this in a lot of the seller events, right? The tamago yaki pan or the Japanese egg pan. Okay, so this is for you to make your eggs. All right, so this is our case study product, and we use the exact same PPC strategy that I'm going to show you later. All right, so our journey towards being #1, right? So it's been a long journey, but I can tell you it's really worth it because the moment you master Amazon PPC, master keyword strategies, and how to rank well on Amazon, you will get the sales and you will get the sales for many years to come, right? Because once you stay there, it's actually quite sticky. Your organic rank, as long as you maintain the sales, you maintain your stock, you do stay on the top for quite some time. Okay, so this is the step-by-step guide. All right, so this is literally what we do behind the scenes. I'm just going to show what happens, right? What my team, what I do. First step, always conduct keyword research. All right. Then second step, choose your campaign type, set up campaign goals, set budget, launch campaigns, monitor and optimize. Right. And I know currently all these things probably will be very new to you, if especially it's your first time selling on any e-commerce marketplace. Right. So don't worry. Right. In 2019, I was intimidated as well. Right. When I see all these things, oh wow, it's a lot of things, right? So my job here is to lower down the difficulty level, all right, basically dumb it down to average Joe, right? So that people like us, I drink coffee from coffee shop one, right? I don't go to Starbucks kind of thing. So I want it to be like very basic level, right? So that we can understand how do we do this and get the market share for us, right? So the first step, right, keyword research. All right, so keyword research very important, right? Because this is one of the ways that we found that after many years of selling, right? Yes, launching auto campaign is very good to help us to discover keywords. But do you know, right? Actually, another tool on Amazon called Product Opportunity Explorer actually already give you the keywords that are currently working for your competitors today. So if you go to this Product Opportunity Explorer, and this is something that I think is worthy of a screenshot, okay? So Product Opportunity Explorer, you head over to this tool right here, and then you just search your main product keyword. Let's say tamago yaki pen. Then you go to this thing called the search term, right? Oops, yeah, search term. Under this search term tab, then do you see over here showing one of 20 keywords, right? I know it's quite small, but this is the place where you can find keywords that are already working for your competitors that are crushing it on Amazon today. Don't you think you should also use these keywords to target, right? So this in a way cut short the journey of your launch by already identifying the top 20 keywords that is working for this market. All right, so this instantly saves you a few $100 in terms of discovery and trying to test and try and error. All right. Also, of course, next thing, right, a deeper dive, right? This is something that we do on our own, right? We also use deeper keyword research, and this is something that we have. We created this Excel sheet, right, called Market Dominator. So we use a lot of different tools and a lot of data set, and we extract out what are the keywords that work for our top 10 competitor in the market, right? And this is something like this. This is what I call our secret sauce, because even at product research, right, before we launch, I already know this market has 101 keywords that works very well for my competitor. If I target these 101 keywords on PPC in my day one of launch, yeah, I know that I can pretty much crush this market very easily, right? So keyword research, very important to determine the trajectory of your launch very far in the future. All right. So step two, of course, now, right, choosing your campaign type. All right. So generally, like what Hui Qi has mentioned, there are three types of campaign that you can choose on Amazon, right, to launch. And I understand you guys may have questions along the way, right? So feel free to ask in the Q&A session. We would love to also answer your questions, right? Especially on your own individual products. All right, so back to this three general should I say campaigns, right? I think now Amazon also launched one more called a TV display, right? But that one a little too advanced for new sellers, right? So I also bring back to the focus, right? Sponsored products, sponsored display, and sponsored brands. Okay, so all these keywords, right, in sponsored products, right, they appear via keyword targeting or product targeting, right? Later on, we also show you exactly, right, like where does it go. So when you search on Amazon, right, today, let's say you just go amazon.com and you search for any keyword, you will probably see two types of listing. One is the sponsored listing that I highlight here. Do you see the one sponsored with an exclamation mark? Right? Then another listing, they are called organic listings. All right. So when you use Amazon PPC, you are in a way bidding to appear for this spot right here, and it will be labeled as sponsored. Okay, it's as simple as that. That's all. Right. So when you use sponsored products and you say you want to target tamago yaki pan, you pay Amazon to bid for this keyword, then Amazon will or may show you depending on your various metrics, right? On your bid and etc. Okay, they can also appear on product pages, right? All right, so we'll dig deeper into this on the succeeding slide. So for sponsored brands, they have these three types of, shall I say, patterns, right? Different types of patterns that you can use for sponsored brands. Number one, product selection, store spotlight, and video ads, right? We will deep dive this later on as well. And of course, lastly, we have sponsored display. So sponsored display, what is that, right? It's more like choosing an audience or a group of people you want to target. So it's really more, should I say, an extension net to your current basket of tools right here, right? So these are the three set of tools that you can use on Amazon to really grow your brand, right? And we have been using this to grow from 0 to 7 figures and above as well. All right, so mastering this skill set is crucial in your Amazon FBA journey. All right, this is one of the main pillars of your success. All right, so introducing these tools, right? That's great. It's like telling you this is a hammer, this is a saw, this is the nail, right? Now go build a house. You're probably like, how to build a house? I know the tools, like yes, I know the hammer can hammer the nail, but how do I use that knowledge to go and build a very beautiful house that I can stay in, right? So this is where we come in, right? The SOP. How do you use all these different tools to build a beautiful FBA store? All right. So there we go, right? And so just take note, these two only for brand registered accounts, right? So you have to be enrolled in a brand registry for these two tools. Now, a deeper deep dive as well, just to let you guys know, there are generally 3 product life cycle for every product on Amazon, right? In especially non-trendy product that will sell year in, year out, 5 years later, even 10 years later, right? These are products that we are very interested to sell, right? So first thing, the first stage on Amazon, there's a honeymoon stage, and you probably heard this honeymoon stage somewhere, right? So later I explain more. What is this honeymoon stage? Then after a while, the second stage is your growth stage. Okay, so this is the point where you finally start to see some kind of profits coming in, or most people reach the break-even point in the growth stage. Okay, but they're not there yet. They haven't reached market saturation, right? And as you grow, this is the point where you know that you have reached the market cap already. You're like rank 1 for a lot of keywords, and you're a dominant competitor in the marketplace. And this is where you need to start maintaining your organic rank, right? So there's 3 different cycles, and each of these product life cycle requires different PPC strategy. All right, the honeymoon strategy is going to be very different from your growth strategy. The growth strategy is also very different from the maintenance stage strategy. Okay, so this is where a lot of sellers, right? We rub shoulders together, we huddle with other 7, 8, 9 figure sellers, and we want to explore how do they grow consistently with a proven method so that we can win on Amazon altogether. All right, so going to the honeymoon season, the first phase, right, which all of you are in. If you're a new seller, you're launching on Amazon, this is what you will experience. Okay, so what is a honeymoon, right? So I want to preface this that honeymoon, this term, right, is not an official Amazon lingo, okay? It's more like a term that Amazon sellers, they invent this term or they coin this term, right? It's not official term from Amazon. All right, but basically what we see, right, as sellers, as we launch products, we notice that the listing, right, after launching in within the first 30 to 60 days, right, of launch, right, our organic rank boost is actually a lot higher than the mature listings. Okay, so this is the part where I explain, right? This is the period where your listing gains favorable ranking juice. What does that mean? Means every time you make one sale, right, when you're buried on page 20, for example, your organic rank, one sale, probably that one sale will boost you up to from page 20 to page 10 organically, compared to a mature listing that's been selling for 5 years, right? If we make that one sale, his ranking boost organically may not be as high as you. And this is where your advantage comes in, guys. This is the reason why we can use Amazon FBA to fight with big national brands on Amazon.com, the largest e-commerce marketplace in the world, right? So if you are like me, right, you will see this as an opportunity. Someone with no branding, new to Amazon, even in fact new to the world, you can create a new brand and you can win top national brands on Amazon.com today just because of this phenomenon called the honeymoon season. Right? So if you understand this, right, and I heard Fei Chi also said, right, sellers are very scared to spend on Amazon PPC, especially when they're first starting out. But if you understand this, you will not be scared because if you understand this well, you will want to spend as much PPC money as possible, especially in your first 30 to 60 days, to get as much sales as possible for you in that period so that you can get as high a organic rank as possible. And it's like a positive feedback loop now. The more rank you get, the more sales you get. The more sales you get, the more organic rank you get, and thereby reaching your growth stage a lot faster. Okay, so this is just the way Amazon algorithm works. So it's not intention, but it's a side effect of how they code their search algorithm. Okay, so I won't explain too much, of course. Right. Next one, right? This is like the expected, should I say, investment kind of graph that I put here, right? During the honeymoon season, a lot of sellers, they are very afraid to spend money, and I understand, right? I was there once in 2019, 2020, right? But once I understand this, let loose my budget. The sales came in, I get organic rank. So over here is a representation of your PPC spend. In the honeymoon phase, it's going to be intense. This is where you need to go hard, press the pedal down as much as possible. Invest in your Amazon PPC listing, right? There's an asset for you. And over time, once you get organic rank ready, right here, this is where suddenly your, should I say, A cost and TAR cost, right? These two terms I'll explain what are these two very important metrics to measure. Over time, they will start going down. And this is the place where, this is where I say, your growth phase is where you start seeing your break even point or your profitability on Amazon. Okay, and sadly, not many sellers reach this stage because they don't understand the whole structure here. Okay, so you guys are already in the forefront, right? I will put you guys in the top 5% of sellers in terms of knowledge already by understanding how important it is to leverage the honeymoon phase. Okay, and of course, in the far future, just maintain your organic rank, and that's all. It's very simple to maintain, but it's very hard to leverage on this. Okay, so that's why you need education to launch properly on Amazon. So what is TACOS, right? So just now we introduced two new acronyms to you guys: TACOS versus ACOS. Okay, so if you want to break it down, TACOS just stands for Total Advertising Cost of Sales, right? Wow, I also don't understand. I drink Yakult one. I don't drink Starbucks, right? What does TACOS mean? Okay, so TACOS also basically, if you want to do it simple, right? It's just telling you that all the matrix is wrapped inside one taco shell. Basically, it measures your advertising sales and also your organic sales together. It's a measure of your overall store health. That's all. Okay, that's what you need to understand. TACOS is a measure of your overall store health after accounting for advertising sales and organic sales as well. Okay, now this term ACOS, right? What is ACOS? So I also put a picture here, right? ACOS is like an unopened taco shell with some ingredients spilled out, right? Because we never factor in the all the ingredients to be inside the taco. That's why it's only ACOS. Okay, it's incomplete taco, right? And ACOS is an Amazon term that gives you, or should I say, indicates to you how well your advertising campaigns is doing. That's all. Doesn't look at organic rank, right? This is only from the Amazon ads team. They will tell you how well your advertising campaign is performing. Like you spend $1, you get back $1. Good. That's 100% ACOS. Okay, so that's what it means right here. Okay, so generally, let's go back down to a copy shop level, right? These two metrics will show you the health of your Amazon store. If your A cost is very high, you're losing money. If your A cost is low, you are earning money. Even better, your TAC cost is high, you are losing money. Your TAC cost is very low, you are making a lot of money. That's all. Okay? So this is the two difference. The only difference here, like what I mentioned, is the inclusion of the organic sales. That is all. This is the formula actually, right? If you talk about A cost versus TAC cost. All right. So another question I get asked a lot, right, by hundreds of sellers, right, is how do I estimate my monthly advertising spend? Right. It's so complicated. There's so many keywords. What are the good measures, right, to estimate? And after a while, I think about it, right. Actually, I think actually your advertising spend, right, goes back to the demand of your product. How much demand is like how fast does your product sell? Because how fast your product sells translates to how many clicks, translates to how much PPC you have to pay, right? Because there's CPC, etc. So and then I think, right, okay, so if we can come up with this simple matrix here, right, which is pegged to your manufacturing cost, right? Because that's something that's more reliable, something that we can judge based on invoices, actual money spent already with your supplier, right? So let's say, take this example, right? This manufacturing cost is $5, shipping cost is much, and I'm buying 3,133 units. Okay, so that's a caveat. This number of units represent 100 day of sales. So I'm estimating that I will sell 3K units in 100 days. Okay, so based on this 100-day matrix, the formula then will be calculate the cost total that I spend on my first inventory capital. Basically, this is the money I spend to my suppliers and to my freight forwarders, right, to send our products to Amazon. Then this first capital divide by 100, right? Because remember, this is based on 100 day of sales velocity. So divide by 100, Then I times 30, right, make it monthly. So a very good estimation here, right, is based on this exact formula that your numbers will be lower or higher depending on your product market. Okay, but this is just an example here. The first capital, we spend 20,000 USD. Then we use this formula, we can actually expect to spend about $6,000 every month on advertising money. Wow, very high. Yes, it's very high, right? Because we choose a expensive market to enter. Right. So once again, that's why I also want to emphasize, go back to your product research. Not all products that you launch on Amazon is something that you're comfortable to invest. So you need to know how much money do you have to set aside first, even in the beginning, before you start selling on Amazon. This is something very important, and it's a very common mistake that I see many new sellers make again and again. They are very ambitious. Let's say they are selling vitamin C tablets, right? Okay, anyway, I don't know any of you here, right? So I don't know if you're selling vitamin C tablets, but this is an example. All right. Let's say you're doing that. Then you launch on Amazon without doing much data research, only to find out that wow, you cannot sell well on Amazon. Because if you have done your research, you would have known the top 10 competitor that sells vitamin C tablets, they're bringing in close to $600,000 to $900,000 a month, and you with only a 5K budget trying to fight with them, it's tough, right? Basically, you want to win them, you need to also have that amount of capital to sustain the sales and be willing to invest in Amazon PPC as well. So there's a bleeding period, right? And not many people understand that is what it takes to win on Amazon. Okay, so always go back to the data. The data and the numbers, they never lie to you. All right, and that's your good estimation right there. All right, so next step, right? We also launch campaigns, right? So after we've done all the rest of the understanding already and all the SOPs, so now it's time to finally launch on Amazon. So first thing, right, this is the auto campaign. So auto campaign, one way is that certain keyword, it will appear as a sponsored listing right here. All right, so that's one way. Another campaigns that you want to launch is your exact match campaigns. So this is exactly when we search Tamago Kake Pen. If you search your Amazon, our listing will appear right here, right? This is where it comes out. Product targeting campaign, it comes out right here inside the competitors listing itself. That's right below here. It will show you because this also, if you see this word, it's called sponsored, right? So that's why you can bid for these slots right here as well. Okay, automatic campaign. How do you start automatic campaign, right? So when you head over to Amazon advertising console, you first create a new campaign, go to sponsored products, and this is the page that you will be led to. First thing first, name your campaign, right? And I can also cannot stress this enough because people don't follow should I say understandable nomenclature when they start their ad group, right? So you need to make sure that you understand. Okay, you may not follow exactly what I do. What I do is I'll put campaign number one, this is my product name, and I know it's auto campaign, and this is what match I put close match. Okay, so follow your own nomenclature, right? Create your own system so that you will understand yourself best. When you do your PPC optimization in the future, you will thank yourself because it's easier to trace back what is this campaign all about. Okay, so name it well first with good nomenclature. Then select your product right here. Just put it in there so Amazon knows what product you want to advertise in this campaign. Next step, right? Number 3, choose automatic targeting. Then step 4, set the target group, either close match, loose match, substitute, complement. Wow, suddenly very cheap. Got so many matches, right? So don't worry, right? This is just a SOP. Just follow first. Later, maybe we can put it in a Q&A to explain what's the difference between them. All right. So close match, this is what I do, basically what I would do. I will only target one match per auto campaign just because I just like it to be neat. If I mix all 4 matches together in one automatic campaign, the data that comes back seems to be a little messy. And when I make a certain change, in let's say my close match is not performing well, but the loose match is performing well. If I make the change to my close match, sometimes it may spill over to the loose match and it affects the overall campaign. So this is just for hygiene purpose. I spread them out into 4 different campaigns for automatic. Okay, and generally I just set the bid to 75 cents. But if you want, you can just follow Amazon's suggested bid for regular days, because over here you can actually drop down and say you want to choose regular day or near the high season. For Prime Day or Black Friday bids is different, all right? So usually I'll just choose 75 cents. I want to bid slightly higher than the suggested bid so that my ads will show up a little more. Because in a honeymoon phase, very important, right? You need to get as much sales as possible. You want to add to show, okay? Next one, after you go down for for us, we will always bid dynamic bid down only. Just remember, we already go higher a little higher than the suggested bid in the previous step. So that's why I want to do dynamic bid down only. So what does this mean? It means that, okay, let's say let's go back a bit, explain more. So let's say my bid is 75 cents here and it's a close match. So what this means, what this tells to Amazon is, let's say, and it's a down only. So if a certain customer search for, let's say, tamago yakipan, and the bid, right, I can win it for 40 cents, right? Amazon will not spend 75 cents to win my bid because I set the bid function as down only. So the next bid that I win will be 40 cents. So I spend 40 cents instead of 75 cents to win a certain bid to show up on Amazon. So that's why I like down only here, but give a slightly higher suggested bid bidding right here. Okay, so it gives you a lot of flexibility. You can win the bid at 1 cent, at 10 cent, at 20 cent, 30 cent, 40 cent, etc., up to 75 cents if it's available. That's what you're just telling Amazon. Okay, next one, set auto campaign. Always have a portfolio if you can, right? Especially have multiple products, sort them into different portfolios. Easier. Start date, start today, but make sure it's a no end date, right? I think what Hui Qi also mentioned, when you launch campaigns, I don't recommend you launch then you close. You launch and close, or open and close, because you're scared of the spending, right? Advertising campaign, just leave it on and run all the way, right? There are other ways to optimize your PPC bidding so that you don't get so much bleeding in your spending. Okay, once again, the lead suggested bid, the budget I suggest also $20, like what Hui suggests. Okay, so automatic will appear top of search right here, rest of search at the bottom, or even product pages, right? So automatic campaign, very powerful. It will appear everywhere. It's like your scout, if all those who serve NS before or you go army, right? This is like your recce, your scout team who go out and recce the environment for you and bring back the report to you and say, sir, this is where the enemy is and this is their weak point. Attack this place. Okay, so automatic campaign is like your intelligence. Okay, that's the closest thing I can think of. All right, exact match campaigns, right? I think the creation of the campaign is very similar. Once again, you can see the change here is my nomenclature. Number one, my product name. This is exact match campaign, so I put exact and according to my own preference. This is my own scoring system that I have for my keywords. Okay, so select a product, then choose manual. This is the difference now. Choose manual and choose keyword targeting. Then remember just now when we showed you the product option explorer, the top 20 keywords that work here. These keywords, right, you can extract and launch in your exact match campaign already because they are already in a way proven to work for your competitor, right? And I think it can work for you also, right? This is what customers are searching for anyway, all right? So enter these keywords here and put all of this right here, right? So once again, suggested bid 39 cents here, right, for Japanese egg pen, right? But I always suggest you bid 20% higher than the suggested bid, right, over here. Then in your bid dynamics, bid down only so that you can bid from a range of, let's say, 50 cents all the way downwards. So you also win quite a lot of placements everywhere on your Amazon page. Okay. Now, after next one, make a portfolio. Yeah, it's the same thing, right? This is the same thing already. $20 budget, no end date. Let your PPC run. Product targeting campaign. Once again, you can see, right, the skeleton is actually very similar. Same thing, except we change our nomenclature, product name, product targeting become PT, and this 1 to 5 just shows me that I'm targeting competitor number 1 to competitor number 5. That's all in my own system. All right. So manual targeting, instead of keyword, you choose product targeting right here. Then under the product targeting, you can enter a list, right? You can even key in the ASINs that you want to target right here, right? So always do your research, find out who are the top selling guys or they don't do well. There are certain strategies. You can either target competitors that has low reviews. So if you have high reviews, you may win them. Or you can target competitors that are very expensive. So you can target a more budget conscious supplier, right? A budget conscious consumer. So there are many ways, right, to play this game, right? So it's all up to your strategy already. You have the knowledge, you have the hammer, the saw, the tool. Now it's based on your strategy that will equals to how beautiful the house will be. Okay, so there we go. The highest to the lowest, etc. Once again, always recommended bid 20% higher than suggested bid, then dynamic bid down only. Okay. Almost ending already, right? So bear with me. So this is a repeating, right? $20 budget. All right, so yeah, there we go, right? Of course, this is the final slide already for this. So we have already launched, so you can see our sales using this exact same formula, right? Using this same exact PPC launch formula. We have been using this same formula for many products, and it shows us the same results, right? Or sorry, I say similar results, right? Because different niche. Okay, so in the first year, this I just pull back the first year, 2022 to 2023, October, 31st October to 31st October. This is what we have done for just one single product, guys. One simple egg pan product like this. Who would have known there's so much demand for tamago yaki pan? All right. And that's the beauty of using Amazon and leveraging on FBA and PPC to win the market. And let me tell you guys, right? Our unknown brand, Yamom Nom, we win well-known brands on Amazon. Like the national brands called like The Chef. There are many, many other more renowned brand, like household brand names, but we are crushing them in sales just because we understand how Amazon works. Okay, so thank you guys. Now's the time for Q&A, right? Just before we go there, we also want to let you know that, yeah, we actually also run, I think, possibly one of the largest coaching services in Singapore today, right? So this is part together with Amazon and also with SIRS, which is a government body with Nanyang Poly, right? So they invited us to teach them. So this is part of their 3-day workshop over here, and this is another one, right? So we are actually we have a growing community of Singapore-based FBA sellers all looking to win on Amazon, right? So we're just teaching them our proven formula in product research, in PPC, sourcing, essentially anything you need to know, A to Z. Okay, and that's it. So the question just now, right? What's the best way to reach out to us? This is the best way. Follow us on our social media, Instagram or TikTok, and send us a DM, a message. Just message us on these platforms, and we will reach out to you. All right. So thank you guys. That's all that I have.
Thank you so much, Clarence. Once again, thank you so much for sharing, and thank you, Hui Qi, as well, and thank you, Jin Liang. Today we're at week 8, which is the last content segment of our new Seller Accelerator program. A big thank you to everyone who has been with us for the past 8 weeks. And I'm here to actually officially close the session, but also to let you guys know what are the next steps. I think a few questions came up in the question box, and many of you are actually very curious of what's next in this program for you guys, right? So I'm here to answer all of your questions. So next, in the week 9 to week 12, in the next 4 weeks or so, we will have account management support for all the sellers who are part of the program and also have successfully completed registration with a professional selling account with us. Kindly look out for the emails that are coming from your account manager. Our account managers will be in touch with you through via email to actually provide support and help to answer your questions if you have any. And in the event that you guys don't receive any emails, you guys can just reach out to us at this email. You can take note of this, and also, I mean, at the end of the day, we'll be sending you an email as well. So then, I will include this email contact point in the event that an account manager has not reached out to you in the next 4 weeks or so. Feel free to reach out to us. And also, if you're part of the community, just reach out to us. We'll be able to help you answer your questions if you have any. All right. Next, a big thank you to everyone who have joined us thus far. We just want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on this program? I was also curious to know like what exactly you liked about the program, whether or not it has helped you, and in what ways it has helped you, and also for us to better understand which stage of the seller journey are you at right now. So I'll just take like 1 minute. Can all of you help to scan the QR code on the screen and help to fill up this short survey? It's a super short survey, and I appreciate your time to help give a feedback to us, because all of your feedback will actually help us make the next accelerator even more successful and help even more sellers to launch on Amazon. Yeah, I'll just pause here for a moment while all of you help to scan the QR code. If you can't scan the QR code, you can just type in this link, amzn.to/accelerator feedback, and provide your thoughts. Okay, I'll just pause here for a moment while you guys fill it up. And we will also be sending you this survey via email, and you guys can also help to fill up. But I'll just pause here to just help those people who want to fill that up quickly right now to fill up. Yeah, just 30 seconds.
Thank you. So for those of you who actually feel up ready, thank you so much. Then it's time for you to think of any questions that you still want to clarify with Clarence or Hui-Qi, and then we'll be getting to the Q&A shortly.
Yeah. Thank you, Jin Liang. Okay. I hope all of you have managed to get access to the link. You can fill it up, and then we will be able to get in touch with you if you have any specific feedback or comments. All right. I would like to take this opportunity to invite our PH sellers. Any of you here that are joining the webinar that are from Philippines, I'd just like to take this opportunity to actually invite you to our in-person Amazon Seller Bootcamp, which is happening on 11 September from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. in Quezon City, Manila. We will be there in person to share more about how to sell on Amazon. We have interesting speakers from like Bradley Sutton from Helium 10, as well as Yulia from Zignify, who will be here to talk about product sourcing as well as product research, and a lot of interesting jam-packed agenda with Amazon sellers. We'll be inviting actual Amazon sellers to come and speak about their seller journey. So we hope that you can join us here. Just scan the QR code if you're in Philippines or happen to be in Philippines at this on 11 September. Just scan this QR code and fill up your details, and we'll send you a confirmation closer to the event day. All right. And also, I would like to take this opportunity. I think Jin Liang has mentioned this earlier today before the webinar has started, that we also have a webinar series with the Southern Seller Fest. And the next webinar is coming out on the 29th of August. And it's a topic on product opportunity using data and Amazon inventory management revolution. And we have invited two speakers, Brendan Young as well as Chelsea Cohen. Both of them are superb speakers and having expertise in their own seller journey. Brandon Young is an 8-figure private label Amazon.com seller, whereas Chelsea Cohen, she's an inventory management expert and a co-founder CEO of SoulStock.com. The next live webinar will be happening on the 29th August at 10 a.m. and it's open to all. So do scan this QR code or type or just take note of the link amzn.to/ssf webinars to actually keep a lookout. And when you sign up for these webinars, you're actually entitled to all 4 of the webinar series. It's a 4-part webinar series, and there will be all of the Southeast Asian sellers as well. So do join them, and I hope to see you there at the webinar. All right, just some housekeeping. For those of you who are from Malaysia as well as Singapore, I would like to invite you to join our Facebook community. And also for our Philippines, friends from Philippines, you guys can actually scan the PH community Facebook QR code. So we have 2 communities. One is for the rest of Southeast Asia, and we have another dedicated one for Philippines. So do join whichever that interests you, or you're happy for you to join both as well if you like. This is where we actually post a lot of our events, a lot of our content, and for you guys to keep updated with our Amazon sell on Amazon content. Next, for people who are not so active on Facebook, for example, I'll just like to invite you to join our Telegram community channel. This is our new seller Telegram channel. It's separate from the one that you guys are already in for the new Seller Accelerator. This is a dedicated channel just for our new sellers, and this is where we can have a two-way communication. And like, if you have any question or any comments, you guys can actually come and join the channel and also connect with other sellers. Okay, and next, I would just like to flash the email again. Just in any event that you would just like to get in contact with the team, you guys can email this, get in contact with us via this email. And for example, if you haven't had get in contact with your account manager in the next 4 weeks, just drop us an email in this to this mailer, and we will provide you a reply. Or if you have any other questions for us as well, or if you're in the part of the Telegram channel, in the new Seller Accelerator channel, or you're in Facebook community, just post your questions there. We have a team behind that will be helping to answer all of the questions. And last but not least, this is a feedback. I'm just the feedback QR code again. If you didn't manage to catch it earlier, do take note of this. We really value your feedback and would like to improve on the program, and we would like to really know what you liked about the program. So do fill that up and let us know. All right, and with this, let me just hand the time back to Jin Liang to actually do the Q&A. I'm pretty sure that all of you have a lot of questions. Over to you, Jin Liang.
All right, so yeah, we will address those that we have yet get to address it. So if that's okay, let me just run through the questions, huh?